What's up, family? My name is Trail, and today we are finally hearing from the long-lasting House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. She is in the news over the weekend for saying that she is supporting direct payments to Americans. Yes, this is in response towards the increase in gas prices, and she believes that Americans would be better off by receiving direct payments from the government. Also in the news, guys, the virus continues to break out heavily in other countries. China is on a complete lockdown that was issued over the weekend, but could the U.S. be on the verge of facing the same shutdown in the near future? Well, I sure hope not. But meanwhile, some car owners may be on the verge of receiving up to $800 if legislation is actually passed. And I must say, guys, that $800 just for owning a vehicle is pretty darn good. That's about 2/3 of the amount of stimulus checks that we received last year. But anyways, guys, hey, as a quick reminder, on this channel, we cover everything from what's going on around the world with the stock market and with the war in Ukraine, as well as multiple daily news stories around the world. So if you're interested in any of these topics today and you want to be a part of this channel, be so kind to go ahead and subscribe to it. It's totally free. And if you end up liking today's video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Okay, guys, I wanted to remind you about the free $100 that you can get within a couple of weeks from signing up for a Chime bank account, because they are offering new customers free $100 if you sign up, as well as setting up a direct deposit from your employer. Now, once you reach a total of $200 direct deposited, you will immediately get an additional $100 into your account. Now, I actually did this a few weeks ago just to make sure that everything was legit, and I received my money the same time that my $200 threshold was actually met. So if you have income and you want to receive this free $100, sign up today using the link down below. And then once you get your account, go ahead and send your link to your family and friends so that they can benefit as well. Now, if you have any questions, hey, don't hesitate to ask. Well, guys, Sarah Palin, you guys remember her? Yes, she is announcing that she is going to run for Congress. Now, for those that don't remember, this is who the late Senator John McCain actually chose to be his running mate during the 2008 election. Yes, Sarah Palin, which is of Alaska, is running for Congress. And she announced her candidacy, I believe, on Friday. And the announcement comes after Palin said back in March that she would replace Young's position in a heartbeat. And yes, she also said that she realizes that she has a very big shoes to fill, and she plans to honor Representative Young's legacy by offering herself in the name of service to the state he loved and fought for, because she said that she shares the same passion for Alaska and the United States of America. Now, Republican fundraising platform Win Red has already launched a page to raise money for the former running mate of the late Senator John McCain. And at this critical time in our nation's history, she said that we need leaders who will combat the left's socialist, big government, America's last agenda. And this country was built by heroes, and the radical left dishonors their legacies by opening our borders to illegal immigrants, mortgaging our children's future, and selling out our nation's interests to the highest bidder. That is what Palin wrote in her announcement when she ran for this particular candidacy. Now, in addition to that, we did see on Sunday where the former President Donald Trump has actually endorsed Sarah Palin for this special election. Now, the former President Donald Trump endorsed the former governor Sarah Palin just days after the VP's presidential candidate announced her run for Congress. She said that Sarah Palin is tough and smart and will never back down. And he said that he is proud to give her his complete and total endorsement, and encouraged all Republicans to unite behind this wonderful person and her campaign to put America first. Now, Sarah shocked many when she endorsed me very early in 2016, and President Trump said that we won big, very big. Now, in addition to that, the former President Donald Trump also referenced Palin's campaign on the presidential ticket with the late Senator John McCain, saying that she lifted McCain's presidential presidential campaign out of the dumps, despite the fact that she had to endure some very evil, stupid, and jealous people within the campaign herself. Now, Trump referred to Palin as a wonderful patriot and said that her congressional bid means that there will be a true America First fighter on the ballot. So again, guys, hey, Sarah Palin is running for Congress. In addition to that, guys, hey, we are seeing now that China has ordered 51 million people into a lockdown amid the worst COVID outbreak since the early parts of 2020. Now, the entire northeastern province of Jilin and southern cities of Shenzhen and Dugun are locked again. Right now, guys, China is facing the worst COVID crisis since early 2020. When the worst first witnessed an entire population lockdown to contain the coronavirus in Wuhan and its surrounding province. And 2 years on, it's now sending tens of millions of people into another lockdown in the entire northeastern province of Jilin, where 24 million people live, and the southern cities of Shenzhen and Dugan, with 17.5 million people and 10 million respectively. Yes, China, the last major country to relentlessly pursue COVID-0 policy, reported 1,437 cases across dozens of cities on Monday, and that's a fourfold jump in just a week. Although record case numbers are testing the resilience of China's no-tolerance approach, there is no sign that the country is willing to pivot to living with the virus. Now, the epicenter of the Omicron variant outbreak is the northeastern Jilin province, where 895 cases were recorded, but there are also outbreaks and containment measures in places in the southern borders. Now, and so far, the lockdown and outbreaks threaten manufacturing and tech productions in Shenzhen within China's Silicon Valley. It's home to Huawei and Tencent, and is home to one of the country's key ports. And they're saying that it seems like the lockdowns will be shorter this time around, with more tracking that they have in place, which means a short disruption of work and production. If it ends up lasting for weeks, it's another issue, including inflation risk. So again, guys, hey, China is now shutting down more than 51 million people in the country. Now, I beg the question, will the U.S. have to face this same type of lockdown in the near future? Well, so far, guys, we are being told that the Omicron new subvariant, which is called the BA.2, is now the most dominant variant in the United States, according to a CDC report. Right now, the subvariant accounts for around 55% of COVID infection samples that they have been undergone genetic sequencing. Even so, the spread of a more contagious strain does not guarantee the U.S. will endure a new wave of cases. And so far, the BA.2 has doubled as a proportion of circulating variants of the virus in the U.S. about every 2 weeks. At the beginning of February, the Omicron subvariant made up around 1% of the sequenced COVID cases in the U.S. But the BA.2 subvariant spreads about 75% faster than the earlier version of the Omicron. And BA.1, according to the latest update from the UK Health Security Agency, has caused a spike in infections in the UK and Germany in recent weeks, though cases have started to decline again here in the United States. So we don't know just yet whether or not this thing is going to pick up more traction in the US, but so far it does not look like that is going to happen so far. So we will continue to keep our fingers crossed in the meantime and hope that this subvariant does not take off like it has done in China. We do not want to go down another path of another lockdown in the US, especially as we're trying to recover from the initial pandemic, and now that we are trying to recover from the inflation increases as well as these high gas prices right now in the country. But again, guys, I'll keep you guys posted as usual. And in addition to that, guys, Dr. Anthony Fauci said that so far we may never know if the cost of the COVID lockdowns actually outweigh the benefits, because a lot of people are calling that we did not need to shut down this country and we did not need to force individuals into getting the COVID-19 shots. But again, guys, we don't know. And Dr. Fauci said that we may never know if the benefits outweigh what we actually did. But again, guys, hey, we'll keep you guys posted. Now, in other news, guys, we did hear from the former president, Barack Obama. And yes, he is actually planning on making an appearance at the White House this Tuesday. Yes, it says right here that Obama is going to make a White House return to tout the ACA successes. Now, what he is exactly referring to is that the former President Barack Obama is set to participate in an event celebrating the Affordable Care Act at the White House this coming Tuesday, which is going to be his first public appearance in his former home since leaving office. Now, Obama, alongside President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, is scheduled to deliver remarks celebrating the success of the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid in extending affordable health insurance to millions of Americans as part of the president's agenda to cut the cost for American families, according to the White House agenda. Now, the agenda also added that President Biden is expected to announce additional measures to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, which was first signed 12 years ago during the Obama's first term in office. Now, 12 years ago, I proudly stood beside President Barack Obama as he signed into law the most consequential expansion of healthcare in generations, the Affordable Care Act, Biden said in a statement last month marking the anniversary of the policy. And he said that with the stroke of a pen, after decades of tireless efforts, millions of Americans gained peace of mind. And because of my administration's efforts, including passing the landmark American Rescue Plan, we have lowered healthcare costs and made coverage more accessible than ever before, even amid a global pandemic. And that is what President Biden had to say in his remarks. At that time, Obama also celebrated the anniversary on Twitter by noting that more than 30 million Americans have health coverage thanks to the Affordable Care Act. So again, guys, we look forward to hearing exactly what he has to say when he shows up at the White House on Tuesday. Now on to some stimulus update news, guys. Hey, we finally have heard from the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. She has been quiet here lately, but here over the weekend, Pelosi said that she is not really in support of a gas tax holiday. However, she does support rebates or either some direct stimulus payments. Yes, this article says that Pelosi rejects the gas tax holiday, but she does suggest possible rebates or either some direct payments. Now, the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, on Thursday poured cold water on the idea of suspending the federal gas taxes as a way to reduce the cost of higher gas prices for consumers. Now, Pelosi acknowledged that the proposal, which has been floated by some Democrats in recent weeks, sounds appealing in theory, but she argued it doesn't help consumers much in the long term since oil companies are not required to pass on the savings that they actually receive. Now, furthermore, suspending the gas tax would take away the primary source of money for highway trust funds, which finances roads and mass transit. She suggested that measures such as rebates or direct payments to consumers would be more effective to provide Americans relief from the higher cost of gas prices. Pelosi said that, look here, guys, how do we help people directly? If you're going to have to pay for it and you don't want it to come out of our trust fund, something could be a rebate card or either a direct payment. And those are the things that are being considered right now in Congress. And the Biden administration announced this past Thursday that it was also planning for the largest ever release of oil from the U.S. strategic reserves, with an average of 1 million barrels per day for the next 6 months. Now, I will go ahead and update you guys that he has actually signed that into law, in which right now, every single day, they're going to release an additional 1 million barrels of oil per day, and they are going to do that for the next 6 months. Yes, guys, we are hoping that that initiative from President Biden is going to cause the price of oil, gas prices, to come down for consumers, but we won't know until a couple of weeks or so. But like I said, guys, the average cost of gas right now per gallon has risen to a record levels in the recent weeks amid the Russian invasion invasion of Ukraine, and the Biden administration moved to ban imports of Russian oil, resulting in less overall supply. The administration is also ramping up pressure on oil companies to increase their production as well on the federal lands where drilling permits have been approved but are still being unused. So again, guys, hey, Nancy Pelosi is calling on her Democrats as well as Congress to support direct stimulus payments to the American people. She is saying that this holiday gas tax will only benefit the oil companies, and they do not plan on passing those savings down to the actual consumers. So again, guys, Pelosi is in favor of additional stimulus checks. And then in addition to that, guys, we do also see that one state is also trying to offer up to $800 for vehicle owners. Yes, California car owners could get up to $800 in response to the increase in gas prices. Californians who own cars could get up to $800 from the state to help offset record high gas prices. Now, Californians shouldering the nation's highest gas prices could see a tax break, free rides on public transit, and up to $800 on debit cards to help pay for the fuel under the proposal that was revealed last week on Wednesday by the Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom. Gas prices have soared in the recent weeks, and the result of the pandemic induced inflation and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. State governments across the country have been debating what to do about these increasing gas prices, with the most popular choices being slashed fuel taxes or either offering rebates to taxpayers. And last week, the governors of Maryland and Georgia and California all signed laws temporarily suspending their state's gas taxes, while Georgia on Wednesday also offered $1.1 billion in refunds to taxpayers in a separate bill. So yes, guys, over the past couple of weeks, we have seen this multiple times from various states all over. And just to give you a heads up, tomorrow's video, I will actually be talking about all of the states that are trying to do something in regards to the increase in gas prices. So be sure that you are subscribed to the channel and stay tuned for that video that will be coming out tomorrow. But again, guys, right here, California is trying to give people in the state of California $400 per vehicle on a debit card. And that is going to go for people who have up to only 2 vehicles per household, which means additional households could receive up to $800. Now, we are going to hope that this particular bill gets passed, because if it does in California, that is going to also give the incentive to other states to offer something similar to this particular piece of legislation. And we are trying to see majority of the states in the U.S. offering some type of relief for its residents, because we all know that over $800 billion was actually offered to each state around the U.S. in regards to the pandemic relief funds by the government. So we are hoping that those states offer this money that they receive from the federal government. We are hoping that they end up passing those stimulus relief funds down to the consumers in each individual state. So guys, this is some good information right here, and that we are hoping that Nancy Pelosi is able to persuade Congress, in addition to the Democrats, in offering additional direct payments or stimulus payments to the American people. But again, guys, I hope all of this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, hey, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.